Hey guys, what's up? So I did a poll on my Instagram, and if you do not follow me on my Instagram, you should go ahead and follow me. It's the same as my YouTube account. It's at xglamv. It'll be here on the screen. Go follow because I am actually gonna do a giveaway very soon, and I post polls on my Instagram stories where you can vote on what could be the next video. So on IG stories, I think like a week ago, I posted a poll saying 60s makeup look including hair or Valentine's Day look, and even though it was extremely close, like I believe only one vote is what made the 60s makeup look be voted number one by one vote, and then the Valentine's Day obviously was pretty close to it. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing the 60s look here on my YouTube, since it's going to be quite a bit of a longer video, and then the Valentine's Day look that I'm going to be doing is going to be on my IGTV series. So that's why you should go follow me, because I post a lot of series videos. Anyways, so without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it because I have a lot to say. So if you've never looked at 60s makeup pictures before, if you've never done your research on it and stuff like that, I'm just going to basically explain something. Back then, they were very, like, it was very bold makeup. There wasn't much blending going on. There wasn't much, like, the most contouring that I've seen was the cheekbones. They did have a very intense cheekbone structure, so I'm going to try my hardest to make my cheekbones really pop out. But for eyeshadow and eyeliner, they had like a very plain, there was no blending, there was no intense like cut crease and then like a smoky effect. It was actually very simple, and a lot of the colors they picked were extremely skin toned, extremely light colors. For instance, the eyeshadow for eyes were usually a sky blue, a very pinkish color, or peach. And that's the same for blush. They used, like, they never used like an intense red or a burgundy or like a brown red. They've always used like extremely light colors, and the lips were always like a skin tone with some type of gloss. And then the skin itself was usually matte. I've never really, from what I've done my research on, I haven't seen any like vintage photos of the makeup back then where the skin was like shiny and it was like natural. It was usually very matte and powdered down. So with that being said, and also the eyebrows were not really carved out. They were not thick. They were actually lightly filled in, but like very natural and very skinny. So we're gonna try our hardest to recreate that. So because their skin was very matte, first what I'm gonna do is obviously moisturize though. Always moisturize, because you don't want to look too dry. I mean, obviously the look is going to be like matte, but your skin needs to be prepped in order for the makeup to sit nicely, or else it'll just look caked. So my skin is clean. I do have a bit of mascara on because I did go to run errands and I didn't want to look dead. So I put my moisturizer, and I'm just honestly using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Moisturizer for my face, obviously. Because our skin is going to be matte, I'm going to go ahead with my Revolution Pro Mattifying Primer. I actually love this primer. And I genuinely think that this product worked. I've used the Born This Way foundation with this matte primer, and the Born This Way foundation has a very natural, very shine finish to it, and every time I use it with this primer, it mattifies that bad boy. I guess with this kind of makeup you can do it in any order, because like I said, it's not like an intense, detailed, carved out thing. It's kind of very, you'll see, just bold. Like, it's very bold and thick kind of eye makeup. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a color, and a lot of the pictures is like almost this color, to be honest. And the name of this one is Muscle Beach. And honestly guys, like I said, there's not much of blending with this, so I'm just gonna grab any eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna pack this on there. I gotta find a mirror. Okay. And I'm just gonna actually, before I do that, but because I want the eyeshadow to stay on, I'm gonna actually apply a little bit of concealer just as a base, which I got all over my mascara now. And I'm gonna go, okay, just like that, and I'm gonna go back in with the shadow here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pack that bad boy until it's intense enough. Okay, I can see that this is one of those colors that really needs to be packed on. So I'm gonna continue to pack it on until it's extremely bold and vibrant. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this trend in the 60s, almost every woman wore it, and it was honestly one of the looks that I felt like it was great on everybody. I'm not gonna lie, like, I genuinely think that any woman from all the photos that I saw who wore it pulled it off so well. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Honestly, also a lot of women had like eyeliner, like a winged liner. I'm gonna save that for the next part. First, I'm gonna show you guys why I did not blend it out. So, I'm gonna take my black gel liner from Farmasi. Now, if you follow my Instagram, you know that I actually used to try to promote a lot of their products. This company is not in the US. They are based off in Turkey, but they do have a building in Miami that exports the goods of the company to the US so that I can travel to you faster. And I really love it because this black is so intense, you guys. Like, it is a perfect black. So I need to make sure I grab the correct brush for this, because the line that they create, so what they do, they put like a bold eyeliner, like an eyeshadow, they keep it like that, they don't blend it out, and then right on the crease they create a black, just like a black rainbow shape right there following the crease right on top of the eyeshadow. Brush to use, maybe I'll go in with my Suva, and this is a Suva 620 brush. This is a liner brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab enough product on here, really stick it on, because I'm gonna tell you that that line that they do is like intense, super intense. See how I do this? Okay, so I got my little mirror in front of me, and I'm gonna try my hardest. This part scares me, I'm not gonna lie. Make that line. Kind of like that, but they intensify that. Basically like that, yeah. Oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought. I'm gonna try my hardest not to blink so much so that I can dry, because I feel like if I blink a lot with this, it's gonna crease and smudge. Just like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Apply some concealer in the back of my hand and clean that up so that the line is like way more even. I obviously like this eye way more, but let's keep going. So now that I have that general shape right there, they do apply like a line on their actual lash line, so I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm gonna kind of make a small flick on the outside, not a wing liner exactly. Like, I don't want to create a intense wing, but I want to have a little bit of a flick. Hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm doing right there. Just like that on both sides, you guys. I have that bold line on top, the very like one-toned eyeshadow, very flat, and then that small wing liner there. What I'm gonna do is go onto my base and do my face, and then come back to the eyes, because we have to do some like work on here, and I don't want to do the work under my eyes and then realize that I have to put foundation all over there and then cover that. So let's go on to the face. Okay, now that I'm looking weird and stuff, we're gonna go ahead and do the face. So I'm gonna grab my foundation. Remember, we already have that matte primer on it. This look is supposed to be very powdered down, very matte. So I'm gonna grab my Milani concealer. Now this isn't a matte, this is just a natural finish. This is my Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation plus Concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and pump that in the back of my hand, and I'm gonna grab my, this is a airbrushed foundation brush from Equal Tools, and I'm gonna grab that, and I'm gonna just apply some like this first. And now I'm gonna kind of buff it into the skin. Okay, so now that I have basically a very flat amount of foundation, I'm gonna go ahead with my concealer, and this is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced, and this is in the shade Almond, and I'm just gonna apply some under their eyes. Honestly, they looked very awake, so I'm gonna try to make sure that I look awake as well. That I'm actually going to use my beauty blender, you guys. Wet, not wet. Do you see that? But yeah. I'm going to use my Airspun powder, and let me tell you, Airspun powder was actually extremely popular in the 60s. This product came out in 1935, and in the 60s, honestly guys, this was it. This was like one of the most popular powders, and I still use it to this day. I wasn't born in the 60s, but I use this powder because it's like one of the most awesome powders that I've ever used. And it has a smell to it, but I don't mind the smell. It's actually like, I actually like the fragrance. It reminds me of my grandma though. The excess away. Now, for the eyebrows, you guys, like I said, they were not like, they didn't go ham on the eyebrows, honestly. What they did was lightly shaded in, and then that was about it, just lightly as well. So we're gonna grab just a powder, honestly, a brow powder, and I'm gonna use my favorite, my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro palette, and this is a brow palette. This bad boy right here. And I'm gonna grab a skin tone of like my brows, not the like hair dye I have, but my actual brow. And I'm going to go in with a packing brush like this one. Honestly, probably just like that, because like I said, like they didn't carve it out, but they just made it look darker. So just to finalize it and keep the hairs in place, I'm going in with my Essence Brow Gel Mascara, and I'm just gonna brush over it. It also emphasizes the hair to make sure like you can see the actual real brow hair stroke. Alright, so my face is powdered, my eyebrows are done as little as I possibly could touch them. And so now I'm gonna go in with the blush, and I'm gonna use my e.l.f. palette because this is the one that has the lightest shade that I have. And I'm gonna go in with this super light pink shade right here, like super light. But I'm gonna go ahead with another one of my Equal Tools brushes. This is a full setting and powder brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of that pink shade right here. And smile. Okay. Now, like I said, they used to honestly like to contour this more than anything. So I'm not contouring anything else. I'm not adding it to my forehead. I'm just going to contour my cheekbones. And I'm going to use an angled brush just like this one. And I'm using my pretty Vulgar in the shade Bronze Beast Sun-Kissed Snitch. And I'm working it right there. So what I'm gonna do is, just to make it really look sculpt, I'm gonna lightly apply some concealer, just like that. Using the flat edge of the sponge, I'm gonna kind of just go like this and blend that outwards. And then kind of blend it on top. Now, I don't want to have that line between the blush and the bronzer, kind of making it seem very separated. So I'm taking the brush that I used the blush with, and I'm gonna blend those shades a little bit together so that they can enter into one another seamlessly. So what I'm gonna do now for the eyes is I'm gonna take a white liner, and this is from Suva, and this is the shade Space Panda, just like that. It's white, and using the same brush I did that liner, the black liner, I'm gonna clean it real quick. I gotta be careful with this because if it goes in your eyes, you guys, oh my god, it'll like become a flat layer in your eye, and then you can't see, and then you start to panic. So what I'm gonna do is, because they like to have the illusion of the lash line, like the waterline, being super bright and white, that way your eyes look very open and almost doll-like, I'm gonna apply a little bit right there in the front, keeping it open and letting it dry. And I'm gonna bringing it outwards like that. I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Okay. Now that I'm let that dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a white eyeshadow, just like this. And this is Young Love. I'm going to grab that with a flat brush, and this one is from Equal Tools. It's a very small packing detailed brush like this. And I'm going to apply that white eyeshadow throughout the rest of the lash line. Packing it on until it's intense. Hopefully the camera's picking up how white it's getting. Alright, just like that. I'm going to leave the waterline alone now. And we're going to go on to the lash line with the black again, because like I said, they like to give false, like an illusion of the down here being wide and like a weight, and like their lashes down here are also very dull and like out there. So I'm gonna grab that black gel that we used for the lid and stuff, and I'm going to very carefully underneath where we just put that like white liner in the front, I'm gonna follow that shape kind of like that, and I'm gonna do it the other eye as we go so that I can do it at once. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna line the bottom line like that, the bottom lash line. Just like that. Obviously you can tell already it's giving the eye illusion that like it's bigger. I love that whole like tricking you with that white liner thing. I love it. So taking the same brush, now we're going to create fake eyelash strokes. And obviously, you know, eyelashes are shorter in the front and then longer in the back. So I have wrinkles under my eyes, so I want to be very careful. And it's creasing, so I'm going to be extremely careful creating lines. Okay, so going back to the eyes, what I'm going to do is apply a thick coat of mascara, and then I'm going to apply some false lashes. I'm going to lightly line my lips with this NYX nude, because like I said, they use a lot of nude and peachy tones. This nude lip liner, and this is Peekaboo. And I'm going to go ahead and line just like that. And what I'm going to do, just to add a slight shine to it, is I'm going to go in with the Laura Geller Love Me Dew Lip Crayon, and this is in Fig Prosecco. It's a very shiny, nudie, like peachy color. Okay guys, now that's it for the makeup portion. Let's go move on to the hair. So for the hair, what I have is a hairband, straightener, a few bobby pins, and hairspray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn on, first let me turn on my straightener so I can get that. I'm gonna grab a bobby pin and I'm gonna grab some of the hair from here and bring it over just like that. My daughter's little brush here to tease it, but I'm gonna grab some hair from back here and I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna add hairspray like that, and I'm gonna tease the hell out of my hair. Just like that, and I'm grabbing that brush and combing downwards, and I'm gonna split that even more, and then I'm gonna do it to the back part there, and I'm teasing the hell out of my hair so that it gives like a lot of texture. And then I'm gonna grab all that teasing that I just did, just like that, and I'm gonna kind of bump it, do the snooky and lightly bump it just like that. I'm going to grab my hair and really flatten it so that it's like kind of this way, making the part go to one side. So I'm gonna grab the hair band that I have here, and I'm going to right here, grabbing that hair, my little shaved side there, and I'm gonna go right here, grabbing all that hair, and I'm gonna tuck it into the headband. So I let go of that bobby pin, kind of let it stay there for a while just so that I can help the hairspray dry and create that bump. Just like that. And we're gonna let the hair down. Grabbing that hair straightener, guys, we're going to make the hair have like that. I don't know what like a swoop. And we're gonna do that all around. Like a swoop. And I'm just gonna apply some final hairspray. Just to, and there you go, guys. That is it. That is my 60s makeup look. I honestly love it. I look like a 60s babe. Kind of remind myself of was it me from Scooby-Doo with shorter hair? I honestly love it. And I tried to keep the little outfit into a design that kind of reminds me of the 60s. But I hope you actually enjoyed this. I hope that you see the 60s vibe in this as well. I actually enjoyed doing this. It's so much fun, you guys. But yeah, that's how you turn yourself to a 60s babe. I hope you had fun watching this. And let me know if you recreate it. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.